It's Tarkin coming at you with another game of hardcore Minecraft. And, you know, we're doing what we always do. Making smart choices about how to spend our time. Today we're going to plant wheat. Now I know you might be thinking, don't you do that all the time? Yeah, but today it's different. Today it's for a purpose. We're going to go plant a bunch of wheat so that the pillagers won't spawn anymore. And I think this is a great idea. I even think it'll probably work. So we're just going to grab some pork chops. They'll definitely be somewhere. And then we're going to traipse on over and get to work. Yeah. And if I didn't cook pork chops here, then I'll have them somewhere else. I definitely got them somewhere. Here we are. Cooked pork chops, just as I suspected. Do we need to mend anything? The electric could stand to get mended a little bit. Do we need arrows? No, I mean, we're gonna be fighting a lot doing this. Or maybe just some. What would the smart thing to do be for this? So if I just, hello 2000. So if I just... Yeah, the elytra will be fine. We're just going down the way. We won't need to mend it regardless. So I'm thinking we can just sort of divide it, like build a wall, just bisecting it, or cut it to quadrants. Maybe internal spaces for all of that too. So then, like, you'd only have to worry about the spawning of the enemies inside of our little box while we are planting the wheat. For all the wheat that I've planted, this will be the most purposeful of it. I mean, not really. It's all very purposeful. It's all very important. But, you know, as we're about to arrive at the site of what used to be a pillager tower, and now is just a couple of stones that I haven't managed to knock down yet because I haven't tried that hard. The pillagers remain, right? Like, they have not given up. And so it's up to us to eliminate them. Because it's right over here. And every time I come back, you know, like, they are thick as ticks. Just running around, yelling, and making me pay attention to them. So I'm thinking, first of all, that we'll take some fall damage here. That's alright. Oh yeah, that was a sick move. Just literally dropping down, like, oh wait. Oh, you got some guys with you? That's really frightening. I can't imagine how anyone will ever deal with that. The thing is like, they're very strong, they're very scary dudes, right? Like, oh no, there's like 100 of them, what are you gonna do? They're cowards. They're not very good at shooting. Arrows just make you more aerodynamic anyway, like, the more arrows you have in you, the better you are at flying, jumping, running, sitting down, standing, and all of that sort of stuff. Like, as soon as we finish this fight up, and like, you see how many arrows are in me, you're gonna be like, man, they only made you stronger. And it's true. I forgot to bring wheat seeds with me. How embarrassing. That is so funny, and just like me. Alright, well, in conclusion... Whoops, whoa. That was spicy. So what we're gonna do is just build the wall real quick, like. Hi, yo, cheese pizza guy. That's profile picture. I know, right? And it's all thanks to you. People kept asking, and I forgot your entire name. I was like, it's like 4 words. It's a very secure password. Yeah, no, I was quite delighted with it. I took the extra step to go out to my car to get the 2-factor authentication. 'Cause I don't care about my phone I just used the flip phone, and it was in my car. But when I got home from work and I saw it, I was like, that is just amazing. But no, really a delightful treat. You know, it's aesthetically wonderful. It's still like, you still look at it and it like still looks enough like my classic one, you know, because for 11 years I kept the same one that they issued me when my account was born. But yes, very awesome. I talked about it in real life. I made people at work grab their phones and look at it. I didn't tell them to do that. They just did it, you know. I posted it in personal Discords I have with friends, and it's been very, very well received by other viewers as well. They agree that the profile picture is magnificent. So, as I started the sentence thanking you, let me end the paragraph thanking you for a wonderful contribution. I will wear the profile picture with pride and never dishonor its happy little mustache, even if I accidentally say my mustache again. All right, so let's just build a wall. And again, even if there's like slight gaps in it some places, that's totally fine, because the principle of the wall is just to stop them from getting like massive crews like that, just so I don't have to get nervous while we're building, you know, the wheat, while we're wheating. How long has this existed? This Minecraft world? Or this YouTube channel? This Minecraft world is on day 677. I would have started it, in October or November last year. Don't let me lie to you about the date. It would have all been on stream, but I don't exactly recall. I don't think it. I think it was like in winter of last year. But I don't know. Do the stats tell me the date of world creation? It's probably accessible somewhere. I just don't recall. Can we? Yeah, no, that's just the most recent thing on the edit. Can we? Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm not exactly sure. I used to know because the last day on 334 was the world, but then we revisited it for a celebration. But the YouTube account I started just about 11 years ago. I don't remember the exact date, but it's probably like almost to the day. It'd be somewhere pretty close to it. But I only started playing Minecraft like a year ago. A year and a month ago. But it's been a very fulfilling time. And I definitely have had a great time playing hardcore. And after the various initial heartbreaks, you know, now I finally have a world where I think, you know, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna live forever, you know. And I'm not a very superstitious person. I'm a little stitious though, but I think we'll be fine. Does wool burn? This will be an important thing to find out. I probably have a flint and steel in here, unless I took it out because I said, yep, that's what I did. I remember now. I was like, when will I ever want one of these? Do I have a lava bucket? Yes, just as good. I was like, I gotta have some kind of fire starter. And indeed I did have to have some kind of fire starter. Alright, wool does not burn. Like, what does burn then? Not pumpkins? Not grasses? I guess I don't understand that at all. Woods? Okay. Huh. Okay. You know, this is just like fire in real life, right? This is just like fire in real life. You're like, why won't the fire start? Turn your back and all of it's go up, and you're like, oh, right. Fortunately, I set this in a very safe location where there aren't any large trees. But anyway, I want these logs. I didn't want that wool. I should have wanted the wool, but it takes a long time to break the wool with tools. And I need to, you know, need to get this moving. We're just gonna drop some of this junk off. We're gonna leave the watchful eyes of the, I should bring some iron. Oh, that would be nice. We could get, a couple of golem scarecrows to guard us while we're planting the field. But then they would stomp on all the grain. We've got to be more thoughtful. But that was pretty funny stuff, in my opinion. You know, I don't have a lot of experience with fire in Minecraft. Fascinating though, fascinating. You know, because amateur that I am, would have cut down these trees. And now I'm seeing that there's a whole world of possibility available. Alright, let's just go... Yeah, and this is working wonderfully, right? So even though they can get around, it's harder for them to all move up. And that guy's got a wall. I don't even know if they can shoot over it. They theoretically might be able to, yeah. So yeah, even there, getting them to come into choke points, you know, stuff like that. Good stuff, but since it'll take a little bit of time to do this, and then we'll just hit this guy with our stick that's attached to a sword. I love this song. My Minecraft playing got so much better whenever I got the Minecraft soundtrack and looped it in instead of my YouTube songs. The YouTube songs are fine, but the Minecraft soundtrack is just wonderful. Most popular opinion that I have. I mean, I have a lot of popular opinions. I think chocolate is tasty, and I like dogs, you know. But the Minecraft soundtrack being pretty good is probably my most popular opinion. I think we need to... Yep, this situation calls for, what I call the nuclear option. That is when I make another chest to put stuff into and then never look at it again. This is the most high level of all things that one can do in Minecraft, is make another chest and then never come back to it again. Sure, I could throw these crossbows somewhere, but if I put them in this chest and never come back to it again, I don't have to think about it anymore. And that's clearly superior. These boats, why do I have them? Who knows why? Too much boat discipline, probably. I might have used them to move some of these fellows from one place to another. But speaking of, let's check in on these fellows. The archaeological site seems to be coming along swimmingly. Look at all of them with their jobs and stuff. Indiana's doing a great job. He's the best dog. Who's a good work site overseer? Indiana is. Shutting the door right in my face. Fine, I get the message. I get the message loud and clear. They're saying, weren't you supposed to be planting battlefield wheat? You say you and your friends are making a large farm? What sort of farm are you making? I've heard, it's in my head when I hear farm, I think, you know, well, pre-playing Minecraft, I think, oh, they're gonna grow some stuff. But now sometimes people will be like, oh, it does, you know, insert psychological trauma or arbitrarily large numbers of materials, and I'm like, I planted a lot of wheat once. You're planting a wheat farm? That's awesome. Ah, well, can I just wish you all of the good luck and tenacity in the world. It's a fulfilling thing, you know. You don't know how nice it is until you get in the middle of doing one. Because a lot of people, I talk to like people at work, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I play Minecraft." I'm like, "So how much wheat have you planted?" And they're like, "That's a normal question to ask." It's gonna turn into a tower. Nice. The Tower of Wheat. Marvelous. Love it. Yeah, I need to build the Temple of Wheat. We're almost there in the other world, but I figured, hey, there's nothing better than flying home and seeing all of your wheat. Do we have any wheat seeds to transplant, or are we gonna have to farm? Ow. That's some wheat seeds. You know, it would be better to have more. We're just gonna throw this shulker down. There's probably some space in it, right? Yeah, probably. Alright, the amethyst. That reminds me. I had the amethyst. We're gonna take that out of here so that we can take it home. Some dirt. Yeah, the dirt. That's shulker worthy. Good job, me in the past who thought we should put the dirt and ominous banners into a friggin' shulker. Good job, guy. I mean, the goat horn, obviously. Obviously, the goat horn can stay. Alright, let's just take the junk home real quick. Man, I love this world so much. And, you know, just the small little changes we've done, like the lake and the river and all of that, it honestly makes me feel so proud, like, all the time. Because for a super long time, you know, hundreds of Minecraft days, you know, like, you could have looked at this world and then started in another one and it would have looked the exact same. But now it's a little bit different, you know? And the house has a little bit of character. You know, it was about time that I finally started doing a little bit more of the crafting side of Minecraft. Ah, Mr. Pump, I presume. Alright, for the amethyst, we'll just put that block right here. That'll let us know that the amethyst stuff is in here. Also, some mud. You never know when you'll want some mud. It'd be better if the amethyst block was in the ground. That is the traditional way of marking it. There we go. Put some dirt into this dirt chest, which inexplicably is in here. And we'll just we'll say hello to the gang real quick before we lay down. We're not ending the video. Ah, Garuda, a good seed for good Garuda. Tropus on the bed, but we could lay down anyway. she sits just like very cat-like, staring at us as we rest. Very, very cat-like indeed. We're just gonna mine a little bit of wheat here, you know. You gotta mine a little bit of wheat or you won't have any seeds. That is not a proverb, but it could be. It could be. It's probably something pithier, like, as you reap, so shall you sow, or something like that. Probably. I kept thinking of playing some other game today, and then I just played Minecraft instead. If I can old man for a second again. It's just like so hot, man. It was so hot. It's friggin' 102 degrees today. I'm over it. For my international audience, that's like 38 or 39 degrees Celsius, so like properly hot. Yeah, I remark on this pretty often, but do you ever like experience the changing of the seasons and think, wow, it's like really cold, and then someone looks at you helpfully and says, yeah, it's winter. It's like that to me every single time. I'm like, what's the point of even having these human memories if if they can't be applied to something like the sun? But I guess it's alright. I try not to worry about it. Or talk about the weather too often. Although it does make you feel better to complain. But I got home from work today and I was going to play video games, and instead I took like a 4-hour nap. It was so good. I was watching this very interesting video essay, and then I fell asleep. You know how it is. I think that's a very common behavior. Yeah, why don't I spend some time doing this thing that I like? Oh, I'm asleep. No, I intended to sleep. I was laying down. You're in the tropics, you have no seasons? Ah, well. Well, here it's not always 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Here sometimes it's, like 20. But it does always get to 100 like every year. But I guess I was overstating the universality of it a bit. In this book I'm always talking about, Robinson Crusoe, which is a very, very famous book from Once Upon a Time in England, where it's a guy who gets shipwrecked on like a tropical island, and one of the major plot points is him like discovering that it's like a monsoon dry cycle rather than a I don't think he uses monsoon in it. He being Defoe. But it's like, you know how people often make excuses for books, like, it was a product of its time. Well, like, it was a product of its time, though. But it was still, like, a very cool book and one that I enjoy. Hey, that's right, we have random wheat seeds in here. Well, that's good, we won't have to mine any more seeds. Or, as the plebeians refer to it, farming. Yeah, this should be mostly good. We don't need all these cooked pork chops. We don't need this or this, and we'll just take this wheat with us. Well, that's probably all we'll have, like, really time for, so that'll be good. Throw the stairs down, pick up the shulker. I said, yes, pick up the shulker. And away we go. I probably have more rockets. I have more gunpowder, so yeah, we'll have the ender chest and stuff. It'll be good. Hey Natasha, how are you? We're planting wheat, but like for a purpose. Also, I started a minor forest fire. It was actually kind of funny, in my opinion. I didn't have flint and steel. I had like a lava bucket, and I was pushing it around, and I was like, why won't the fires start? And then I turn my back, and then like I look up, and there's a big ol' Big ol' fire. Alright, you know, now I'm thinking the wall will probably need to be twice as tall. It's still good for stopping them from, like, bunching up, but it won't stop them from being able to shoot me. Not that that's terribly important, right? Yeah, let's just ignore them and get to planting. Now, we won't have the totem on, but these guys are idiots, and also this is, you know, this is spicier. This is spicier than normal wheat planting. Oh, you're their leader? You're the one in charge of this ragtag group? Alright, we're just gonna want this here. No, not the lava bucket. This is the smartest thing I've ever done. But yeah, wheat and hardcore now. But Natasha, see, this is for a purpose. This is smart. This is how I am going to eliminate this tower forever. After all, have you ever seen a pillager rise out of wheat? I haven't. Haha, I caught him on fire. Get wrecked. Haha, I caught him on fire. Alright, so maybe that'll help out, you know. I'm not above resorting to traps and trickery here on my way towards getting rid of them. But anyway, this is like basically the smartest idea I've ever had. But really, I mean, it occurred to me in the other world, the peaceful one. I'm like, well, you know, if I just planted wheat all through here, I bet they couldn't, Ha! Because, like, they have totally underestimated my aerodynamic nature. Oh, they figured out they could run around that side now. Oh no! They're evolving! My pillager farm now? Yeah, I mean, I guess once we get it down, we could just leave like a little block where they could live. You know, we could build them a miniature tower, and we could hang their banners all around it. We could build them a big window to the outside world to taunt them, and then like I don't know, an obsidian wall beyond that, so that even if they got through, like a creeper couldn't break them out. Because I've seen the Fallen Kingdom video, and I know that. Oh, that's a cool little twilight effect there for a second. We got to this one spot where the light got weird and warm looking. Because there's got to be like a lot of Minecraft songs, but I only really listened to 2 of them. And I listened to them both before I played Minecraft, and they're both super excellent, and I think about them a lot. People were singing Coldplay songs today at work, so that reminded me. That reminded me of all the sad feelings that you can get when listening to the Minecraft parody of Coldplay's Viva La Vida. Which now I understand all the more when I'm like, oh man, then they got all the way inside of his stuff and they blew up his things. He would have to rebuild all of that. Do they not spawn at nighttime? Huh. Well, they're gonna regret that. Why, by the time the sun rises, this field will be crawling with wheat seeds. Oh, well, maybe they still do spawn, or maybe he was just, like, far away. Anyway, now with... improved clearing capabilities... Okay, so maybe it doesn't start catching things on fire until it terminates somewhere, and then it does? Like whenever it gets to the minimum flow point. Or it's like tick-based. Okay, yeah, it just takes a little while. I just transplanted block of the... They should start spawning? Yeah. Well, in my wheat field, I have noticed that mobs don't spawn. You know, like, they could wander into it from the sides, but, you know, like... You know, you'll never get, like, a sheep pop up in a wheat field. There's always an explanation for how that sheep got there. Or at least I don't think so. I have not noticed it in my travails. I've always been like, oh, that's where it came from. I'm under attack by a zombie. Well, I wanted to start another fire. Yeah, no, I did that on purpose. Because the leaves were in my way and I didn't feel like hitting them. That's why. The thing about being shot at in Minecraft is you can just lay down about it. And if the dudes that are shooting you are like 8 feet away, no one can make you care. Like, look. Like, they're just such bad archers. Oh, do you want a demonstration? Oh, look, he's got a little crenellation tied behind. He must have been watching me play Mountain Blade Warband. Smart. Anyway, now that's all taken care of. It's time to plant a little bit more wheat. The farm animals need to spawn in grass. Ah, I see. I see. Man, this whole inventory thing. I couldn't be worse at it if I tried. If that's the fire going, all the forest will be gone. A lot of place to wheat. Well, we're not wheating the entire forest. I think the fires are self-terminating. I've never seen one go, like, totally bonkers out of control. You know, I've seen them go, like, pretty far, but it definitely doesn't seem like it'll chain, like, through the whole area, but maybe it's just because of density. Now I'm thinking, I should plant a very dense forest and experiment with this. After all, in a video game, it's no great crime to burn a forest down. It's not like the real world where the Lorax will come for you, mustached that he is, and say, hey, have you reconsidered your life choices? I like the Lorax, he's a good guy. Teaches us good lessons, unless he doesn't teach us because we won't listen. You know, that's a problem with being the hero in a Dr. Seuss novel. Book. Dr. Seuss novel. Words mean things. Oh, right, that... I need to test the most important thing. Maybe you'll just know off the top of your head. Do hay bales burn? Because if hay bales burn, then that's awesome. And I can use them to build a big wheat statue, and then I'll be able to burn it all down for the celebration of the Temple of Wheat. I already, I floated the idea of big wheat statue, even though I don't, I'm not, like, personally, like, I don't have a background in sculpting. That's probably a thing you assume about people generally. But it's also true for me. If you had to write an obituary for me, you could probably start with the lines, "He was not a sculptor." That'll draw people in. It'll be very gripping stuff. It's hard to write an obituary that's good, but starting with "he was not a sculptor" is a tried and true method. Yes, indeed. Wicker Man. Yep. Yeah, because we can, they'll have the Temple of Wheat, and then we can build the giant Wheat Man to burn, and then set up a series of switches with dispensers with lava buckets so that it'll all catch on fire, while we can still look at it. Something like that, probably. Barring that, shooting a flaming arrow, if that's a possibility. I mean, it can't be all of them, but it seems nice and calm now. Maybe they only start spawning at certain hours of the day. I say it seems nice and calm. Immediately get a guy. Are you trampling on my wheat? On my wheat? Well, you know what that calls for. Replanting. So are they coming down from, like, in there? No, they're coming from all the way over there. You fell down. You fell down again. Yes, they're intimidated by the wheat. You're correct. They, little by little, there will be nothing of them left. And then, you know, if we desire later, we will build a small enclosure for them where we will, you know, laugh at them and, you know, jeer, hear their pillaging cries and taunt them. Steal the strings from their crossbows, etc. You know, that's always to our enemies. And, you, like, did you see him step on the wheat? I mean, like... I know you might be thinking there are literally 6 blocks left of their ancestral home. They know what they did. They know what they did. Oh yeah, they're gonna... You know, now I'm thinking, yeah, we're actually gonna want to get rid of this because it was good for a while, but now they're gonna jump when they get to the edge of it. And the fact that it inhibits their mobility is no longer as desirable now that the spawning areas are diminished. Do you mind? I'm trying to plant wheat where the wall used to be. This guy. You know, the problem with these pillagers is there's no respect. They don't appreciate that if they just walked away, I would let them. I literally would let them, unless they walked in the direction of any of my stuff. Or any of my friends' stuff. Or they threatened Indiana. Okay, maybe I wouldn't just let them walk away. But they haven't tried, so maybe I would. Yeah, they're really making it difficult, but you know, it'll work out. Planting wheat in an antagonistic environment isn't something that we've got a lot of practice with, but you know, I hope that our fundamentals, you know, will be strong enough to carry us through. In retrospect, it may be better to just flatten the area first, and then wheat it. But I think just in general, as you go, you're gonna have problems with the corners anywhere there's verticality, you know, just typical wheat concerns, only more of them than you get, you know, from the sheep and wandering traders of the world, because you have more frequent spawn timer. Advanced wheat theory. He thought I was gonna lay down in bed. Tried to shoot me in my sleep. Not gonna work. Too clever. I mean, it might have worked. I just would have ignored it because I'm very tough, and one arrow is no problem. You know, this is a much more dynamic wheat planting experience than I'm used to. Of course, the consistently antagonistic presence stomping on our fields makes us, you know, have to go back and replant some, but, you know. But the forest, you know, happily rages in fire behind us, freeing up space to plant wheat, and importantly, get visibility on any people that might wish us ill. I mean, not people, pillagers. Calling them people is, well, you wouldn't do this to people. You wouldn't just plant over their lands with a bunch of wheat. I mean, I wouldn't. Somebody might. But of course, in a video game, the amounts of, you know, moral culpability assigned to actions are very low. Maybe zero. But I'm still not going to build an iron farm. Monsters. Nah, maybe someday. People have been telling me to do it for a really long time. But honestly, I just don't need iron that bad, man. I don't think you gotta like traumatize anybody for a creeper farm. And I could use infinite gunpowder. This is such a good idea. Because, like, not only is it, like, gonna work, and not only is it theoretically quite practical, but it's also excellent. You know, it's also, like, awesome in addition to being smart and good. Like, whenever we fly to check on Indiana and the trail ruin archaeology, we're gonna have this beautiful wheat field to look at. And, unlike every other wheat field, this one genuinely serves, like a mechanical purpose. You say, imagine Shulker's full of seeds in a peaceful world. Stop, Natasha. Don't make me go fight the dragon there. Maybe I should. Maybe I should go fight the dragon there. Oh yeah, that's right. With keep inventory, I wouldn't care to die. Yeah, it really is very nice as a button to have. I definitely would have had a better time learning to play the game on normal if I had had keep inventory on. It's like, not only did I not know how to build a crafting table, I also lost everything every time I died. Don't even need to feed the drone, just build a flying machine to the horizon when you have everything to show them to the void. Ah yes, just build a flying machine, as one does. That would be a fun project to learn to fly machines. Very, very simple and fun to make. You know, maybe they are simple. They sound complicated. I heard of them a long time ago, because like whenever I was first playing Minecraft, one of my friends was like, yeah, you know, and you'll be playing, and then like someone will just be like, oh yeah, let's do a thing, and then all of a sudden they're like making a flying machine, and you're just like, are we even playing Minecraft anymore? But I mean, abstractly, I mean, what, you use some combination of redstone stuff to push and pull blocks to get forward motion. I just don't know how you would do that. But I imagine that's how it works, and you just do it high up so that you don't run into anything. I would assume that the flying is actually, you know, not actually flying, but, you know, blocks moving, rather than like elytra flight applied to some machine. Because when I think machine, I think these are going to be blocks involved, and not like the character, you know, doing something beyond, you know, initial stuff. Or, you know, that kind of thing. So the instructions list of materials is pretty easy. Yeah, if you feel like it. I mean, I guess I could just look it up. Maybe it's time for me to start looking up stuff for Minecraft, you know. How much am I going to learn on my own at this point, right? But some combinations of pistons and sticky pistons, I would think. You know, you push things forward, and then something else on the machine pulls the other stuff, and then the machine pushes itself forward. Sort of like the peristalsis is the word, like the action of an intestine type of thing. You know, the muscular movement of the membrane going around, or like sort of like how an inchworm would move. 2 slime blocks, 2 observers, 2 sticky pistons, and that's all. Wow. That is simple. Oh, so one observer would, like, see whenever the thing was there, and then it would be like, oh, activate me, and then the other one, because the thing would switch over. Yeah, I could sort of abstractly see what it would be like without knowing how to actually do it. That's cool, though. That's very cool. Yeah, we'll have to... Maybe I'll play around with that in the next video. Pizza guy, you say you harvested all the wheat? I don't believe you. I bet there's more wheat somewhere. But good for you. I'm very, very proud of you and your burgeoning wheat farm. You never know when you'll need some. That's what I always say. You're gonna start the Tower of Wheat now? Nice. Add water. Oh, this wheat field is actually, it will not dry up. That is a misconception. The dried spots here are from fighting. Unless they've changed the game back, but I don't think they have. Because the pillagers are running around and they cause problems. But of course there's many less pillagers around than there used to be. Yeah, so people have told me, like, once upon a time, like, tilled land would disappear, like, on a tick-based thing if it didn't have water, but that is no longer the case unless they have changed it back because, well, I have planted a very large amount of wheat in non-irrigated land. Perhaps as much as any man, woman, or child before me. No, I'm only joking. I know somebody's planted more wheat than me. I'm not even going to, like, look and see how much somebody else has done yet. I don't want to know. I want to keep on thinking that I'm a hotshot, you know. Yes, indeed. The scars of the battlefield. They run deep. They run deep. You know, you think it's all fine, but the land remembers. Fortunately, there is a way to heal the wounds of the past. And that way is more wheat. Wheat today, wheat tomorrow, wheat forever. Also have an underground chicken breeding farm. Nice. I used to have a chicken farm thing, not like nearly as efficient as some that I've heard about. That was like in a past hardcore world, though. That was basically where... I've had several of them, but that was like the first machine I ever learned to make. Which, it wasn't like entirely self-sufficient, but it's still like, you know, it did the job for me. But yeah, I also built mine underground, or rather like into a hole-in-the-wall type of thing. But in this world, I ended up just sort of making like pig and sheep and cattle farms for experience whenever I got around to needing them, and then I never did the chicken one. No machinery? Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't always use machines, but like I would often go down there with seeds and mend up. But then, sometimes you just want to swing your sword around. And sometimes you want to collect, 1,000 eggs and throw them into the top and have them all turned into chickens so that when you come back and swing your sword, you can get more. But yeah, it does not take long when you have a lot of wheat seeds to get a whole lot of chickens. Of course, it does stop you from planting more wheat, so you have to weigh very carefully, the morality of a chicken farm, because every chicken born represents wheat that will never grow. Do you really want that on your conscience? When the big chicken in the sky looks at you in the end, will you be able to say it was worth it? Or will you say, oh man, I should have planted that wheat. In the long run, that would have been much more beautiful. You said you feel you get more than one seed when harvesting fully grown wheat? You do. You get more than one seed for harvesting fully grown wheat. When it gets up to age 7, you get more seeds. I think at age 6 you can even get the wheat, but you get more seeds when it's fully matured. Also, fortune as an enchantment on your tool, whether or not it's the axe or the hoe, is very important. You get much more seeds for that. Now, it also applies to stuff like carrots. You'll get more carrots, or like a beetroot, you get more carrots for fortune. You get more melon slices for fortune. But if you hit a melon with a silk touch thing, then you'll pick up the whole melon, and then you can break it into melon slices and get more that way. Use the extra seeds. I see. Well, I guess, yeah, if you look at a wheat farm as something that is contained in one area, then it makes sense to use the extra seeds, which is such a foreign idea to me. I mean, I don't have to explain. You saw the real wheat farm. This is just a wheat devastation. Into Ukraine isn't going to stop you? Good, you don't want to get bullied by a simple thing like a game mechanic. Nah. I'm genuinely just so pleased with this idea and the implementation, Obviously, I'm also pleased with how good the implementation is looking. But really, I'm like, because these miscreants were a problem, but now largely solved. Use cobble from your old base to make the tower. You're not going to use wheat. You're not going to build it from wheat. So it's like when you hit them, they get the knockback and then they damage another thing. So it's like every kill screws up like several squares, which is, you know, pretty annoying. It's a farm. Oh, like a normal farm, not like a place entirely dedicated to wheat. I understand. I have a little brick farmhouse in my wheat field. It's not made out of wheat or anything. But underneath it, in the Assassin's Creed tunnel I never finished, some wheat blocks. Sometimes I'm like thinking about an Assassin's Creed game and it's really good, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh right, only in your dreams. No, I liked Odyssey, but that's just because I like love classical Greece. But I mean, like, it wasn't like a good game. I just played it for like 90 hours and enjoyed it. A farm made to grow wheat, not a farm made out of wheat. I understand now. We just love We Just Life. Indeed. Indeed. A nice bracing sip of energy drink at midnight 10. Always smart to do. Look, I'm not going to take it upstairs through the refrigerator. A trident down here? A pork chop for Indiana before we go on home. It can be used to create pizza, it's true. Do you know how to make pizza? I do. I haven't made it in a bit. I should. Alright, yeah, there's Battlefield wheat there. As you see, it's already very good. Very wheat. It's basically exactly what we needed it to do, you know? And we'll keep on planting it until we don't see too many more guys like that out in the distance. Can I shoot him? There's one shot. Sit still. Come on. Oh, yeah. 2 hits. Did you see that? Clean. I'm not going to hit these. I'm just shooting into the abyss. Now I've got them ranged. There we go. Clean. Nope. There we go. That'll hit him. Nope, it won't. Way off. There we go. That'll get him. Come on. Come on. Is he not moving forward? I thought we had him ranged. There we go. Anyway, as you see, Master Archery. I tried guy, the other guy, what a name. Yeah, I know, right? You know, sometimes you just gotta show off so the zombies with tridents know that you too can shoot from far away. But yeah, what I tell everybody is, like, look, if you just make yourself learn, like, a French bread recipe, then you can make all sorts of other breads, and just, like, it's just the same. Like, I can make bagels, not bagels, pretzels. I probably could make bagels, but it's not the same dough. But I can make, like, pretzels, and it's essentially the same dough, it's just a little different. Pretzels are good. I stopped cooking at home so much whenever I started streaming because I had so much fun playing video games. And, you know, cooking takes time. And it's hot and you have to stand up. Now, I'm not blaming y'all for me not making pizza at home anymore. I really like a lot of hobbies, you know, it's, you pick it up and it's very engaging and, you know, you feel like awesome whenever you're making stuff, and then eventually like, well, why don't I just eat some canned ravioli, and then I'll have like a whole hour and a half that I'm not going to spend making pizza dough, improving it, and, you know, making the pizza, and worrying if it's going to turn out right and whatever. Because that's my experience. Anything that's supposed to be good, I can mess it up by thinking about it. The pork chop for Hank the cow dog, what a good dog. And you say entity cramming won't stop you, that's good. Entity cramming won't stop me either, as you can see. The ghasts. And here, of course, the most wonderfully named of the new ghasts. Gastoise! What a good name. What a good name. This is a good world. The sheep pen's better now that we've got more vaporwave going on. Let's pop some of these blue ones. Let's reduce the blue density. Here in this corner you see them. There we go. Magenta? Magenta? How many colors are there in this game? I thought there were 16. How am I gonna find a magenta ghast? How am I gonna get a name for a magenta ghast? Magenta. What even color is that? That's a way you could formulate a sentence. It's fine. I guess your sheep can have hybrid colors sometimes? I don't remember a magenta-dyed sheep. I guess I must have done. $16, yeah. Hey, IDK. Gastritis. That could be funny. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Oh my goodness. Gastronomer? We could have a gastronomer and build him like a little telescope thing, and he could look upon the stars. I think that's a fine idea. You see your Kitman's ones. your kitten update. One of them has both eyes. Some have both eyes open. One's already tried to escape. Well, awesome. I'm glad that things are going so well. You know, they can be little rascals when they're young. And then, of course, whenever they become adult cats, they can do whatever they want because they run the world. Or at least that's what it's been explained to me. It's like, oh, the national anthem's playing. But it is almost time for sleep, of course. Looks like this turtle is trying to go all the way up. One of the named bros? Nope, just a turtle on a mission. He's turtling in the Turtle Club. This attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. Mikey and Raph hanging out. Yeah, I really don't know. Like, maybe Leo's gone too. maybe Donatello and Leo were struck by lightning. I shouldn't laugh. That's a very real thing that happens to tens of turtles every year. I sure don't know where they are, though. Baby Moosh! Mooshy Smalls! The two halves of the songwriting and rapping duo. And of course, can't forget Doug. Doug is the best Doug. From Doug all blessings flow. No one has done more for the field of flowers than Doug. If you see a pitcher pod or a beautiful flaming torch flower, you can be sure that it was Doug's hard work that brought it to the surface. Handsome Cornelius Vandergast flying over the abyss, you know, keeping a watchful eye. We've got our little automatic sugarcane thing. We never fixed the last one of it. Of course we didn't. I put a bunch of these in here in the past, and I was like, and then we won't know in the future if I did it, and I'll be like, man, it worked really well, but I do remember. I do remember, and I don't remember how many of them it is, though. But, you know, that's a good little automatic sugarcane farm. If it were bigger, I'd have more sugarcane, but I don't need more sugarcane, because it's always gunpowder that's the limiting reagent. Said, believe if an animal name tag dies, it happens. Message in the chat, but it was told it could have been removed. Yep. I'm not sure. And of course, I might have missed it, but I guess it could say it in like the chat on the right, and I might not even notice, but. I can't believe we mostly cleared this thing out. We should carry torches with us. It's pretty funny. For a long time, we just kept all the trash in there, but of course, that was when the house was just this room. It's where all the decorations are still in here. Like the dragon head and the dragon egg, and... But of course, we hang out down here. In the sun and the moon room. Where's the boss? Here he is. Garuda. Garuda the Great, they'll call him. Ah, Mr. Pump. Wisely watching over our horde. Most valuable guardian, Mr. Pump. Yeah, that's right. I had dirt in the bundle. Like, what is this ridiculous past behavior? Who am I in the past with such disregard for me in the future that I put dirt into one of my bundles that I carry around with me? Just absolutely preposterous. And yet totally, totally believable in a way that requires no genuine explanation. Why is this in here? Oh, you decided that it was okay. You thought you wouldn't care. Smart. Brilliant. Ridiculous. Anyway. Another day in the life of me managing an inventory. You know, when I had to manage an inventory in real life, like for my job, it was fine. It's only in video games that it perplexes and annoys me. No, it just sort of depends. I definitely think it is the avenue of like streaming in videos that is the worst on me. Cause I get, I think, very self-conscious because there's not a lot you can say while you're trying to manage an inventory. I mean, I guess there is, but I can't think of any of it. But anyway, we draw to a close now, and it's time for the playing of the national anthem. I guess we'll do this lava chicken one. It's pretty amp. It's fun. You know, we got this just the other day. So yeah, you know, party time. It's so much like, it reminds me of like an 8-bit battle theme for like a Dragon Warrior type of thing. It like totally doesn't fit with the rest of the soundtrack because it's like so upbeat. But it does seem like a thing that Jack Black would have written. Although I know he's not the artist credited here. But anyway, that's all we've got for you today. Luca, just having a party. It's always a source of enjoyment for me that Jack Black became like a huge movie star because you know, back in my day, he was just the beloved singer of Tenacious D with a couple film credits, and I always thought he was just the funniest guy. But of course now he's in so many properties that people can sort of get overloaded, you know, with how adorable and wonderful he is, but I still like him. Of course, I didn't see the movie. I didn't think it was going to be good, so I didn't go. Like, they do, like, a sick little drop here. Like, it's a fun song. I really like it, actually. When I got the disc and it said Lava Chicken, I was like... Because I had seen the clip from the movie. I was like, I didn't think the song was going to be that cool on the disc. But I'm like, yeah, this is nice. Because it's just like, I mean, part of the greatness of Lava Chicken is just how deeply silly it is, but like how seriously it takes itself. I think, you know, as a musical thing. But yeah, unfortunately, man, because I took like a 4-hour nap, so I still feel quite awake. But I will have to do something else with my time because I can't keep on talking. You know, even when I'm in, like, I look down, I see an Enderman taking, like, a block of dirt, and I'm like, that's my dirt. How dare you, sir? You have feelings about it being added? Microsoft bitter feelings. Ah, I see. That makes sense, you know. It is very much, like, not in the spirit of all of the other soundtracks, you know. I can totally see how it could feel like sort of like a cross-promotion sort of thing. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Good night, Natasha. Good night, IDK. Good night, Yellow Cheese Pizza Guy. Thanks again for the profile picture. Night 2000. But I really can't overstate how how much I think the profile picture is excellent, and it's been a source of many compliments. So, you know, good on you. Enjoy your wheat field. Keep me posted on how things are going. You know, I'm always excited to see that I'm inspiring people for good, and certainly I feel that that's happening anytime someone says they planted a wheat field. The stars rise in the Minecraft sky, and it's like 80 friggin' degrees outside right now, so I guess I'm gonna go to bed and not go take a walk. But yep. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much, and perhaps I'll see you in another stream or video. I'll be around, you know, 10 hours or so, probably something like that. You know, if you're in the future, disregard all the time-sensitive information. I hope the weather's nice. Good night, everyone.